Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be about a buff on the Death Star. Now, the Death Star, so it's obviously one of the most memed tier 10 tanks in the game. It can be great to play, it can be horrible to play, just depending on how your RNG goes, if you get spotted, whatnot. But really what the main issue with the 183 is the lack of armor on the tank. The tank is very easy to hit. It gets spotted very easily, and that wouldn't be too big of an issue if you actually were able to bounce some shots. But that is something that the 183 does not do, because this tank has some of the worst armor at tier 10 in the entire game. It's like basically just not like HEable. Like if it had just a little less armor, it would be HEable, like the grill or something. But with update 8.6, I believe, there is going to be a change to the 183. It is going to have PDR models. And now, I can't really pull up a picture of here, but it's in the thumbnail. You saw that picture in the thumbnail of the 183. And that is what the 183 is going to look like. And I really wish I had, like, Blitz Armor Inspector or something. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I'm sure you guys have seen it on other things, what a picture of the 183's armor profile will look like after update 8.6. Let's just say it is much stronger. It is much stronger. So, I mean, right now, it really has none. 132, really none. So the way that this is going to get buffed is that it's going to be similar to the T57, how the PDR models change the tank. Because basically the PDR models are imported from Watt PC, which makes the Blitz tanks look like, the PC version of World of Tanks tanks. They kind of make them look like those. And the 183 is different on each of these. And the tank will basically, the turret is going to shed a little. It's going to be a little bit rounded more. It's not going to be quite as boxy. I believe these tracks here in the front look a little bigger, and the front plate kind of like looks to be a little skinnier and smaller as well. But really, the main difference is that the turret is actually gonna have some decent armor. The sides of the turret are gonna be very well angled and much stronger, and have actually a lot of armor. And even with heat in a lot of tanks, if you shoot the sides of the turret, you will likely bounce. If you're shooting with AP and stuff, even if you shoot like above the turret, below the turret, above the turret, really, the size of the turret, you are going to bounce. Really, it's just the weak spot would be like right in here under the gun. That's kind of the weak spot. And then as well, kind of the hatches. And of course, the sides of the tank and the turret are still super weak. But that is a big buff. That is a big buff for the 183. I mean, you will actually legitimately be able to bounce a few shots out on the battlefield. It will be quite nice. The front plate as well does get a buff, so that if you're at an angle like this, you will be able to bounce a few shots in this thing. I mean, that can happen already if you're at a real strong angle like this. You can actually bounce the 183. But even now, kind of just at an angle like this, you will be able to bounce off the front of the 183. But even at this point, it doesn't matter because you can just shoot the side. Anything past like an angle of this, you're gonna like pin the side real easily. So that's really not going to help you out too much on the battlefield, but you will still get occasional bounces in this tank, which will be a lot more than it gets now, which is super rare to actually get a bounce in this tank. So basically, my thoughts on this buff. I actually think this is a cool buff. I think it actually will kind of be nice, because one thing is, if you guys haven't played the game for years, and I really wasn't even around for this time period, when the 183, before the concealment got nerfed on this tank to now the worst concealment in the game, I believe, it plagued the game. There would just be camping 183s in the back, never getting spotted, nuking you from the other side of the map. And that's really no fun. I mean, when you have like 2 of those in each game, on each team, that's really not fun. And basically the concealment fixed that, where people now get spotted occasionally. They actually get spotted when they shoot the tank, and if you're in a reasonable spotting distance. So I think that actually the concealment should stay the same on the tank. It does massively nerf the tank because you get spotted all the time, but now you will occasionally bounce when you get spotted, and that will help with that handicap. And then as well, this will help the 183 be doing better frontlining, which is actually where I like to play the 183. It's really fun just to go up there in the face of someone and nuke them, and then just pull back around the corner. So, even if you take a shot in return, it's 1,300 damage for like 400. I mean, like, come on. That's a pretty nice trait. Do that like 2 times and you've got a decent average damage. So yeah, I really like actually being aggressive in the 183, and I think this will make that much easier to do. And if they buffed the concealment, it would plague tier 10. Again, it really would not be what you think. It would not help the game, I don't think. It would not be fun because the tank would just be camping in the back, nuking everyone, never getting spotted. And oh no, your medium tank got 1300 HP knocked off, and you have no idea where that came from. So yeah, that I think would be actually a bad buff. Maybe the speed could be buffed on the tank as well, though. I will say the speed, honestly, should be buffed a little, I think, on the tank, though. It is very slow tank, so, and of course, it doesn't even have a fully rotatable turret, so I think that would help the tank a little bit more, too, to make it actually decently competitive at tier 10, besides just being, a meme tank kind of thing, where, you go out and you hope you land a couple of nuke shells and win the game. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the 183 buff. I actually think it's pretty good. Like I said, I'm liking it. We'll see how it turns out. If it actually really does help the 183 out that much, or if really you just occasionally get a turret bounce. I feel like this buff is not actually as big as a lot of people think. It's still going to be paper around most of the tank. So don't be scared like, oh no, the 183 is going to be an impenetrable. It's going to have mouse armor, No, you will be able to pin this tank very easily in most places still. I mean, the sides, the rear, paper, sides of the turret, rear of the turret, paper, the front, lower plate, paper, the upper plate is paper unless you're at an angle like this, which, then you just shoot the sides anyway. It's got a rear-facing turret, so it can't really do, anything right there to, actually bounce off the front plate. So don't worry, guys. Don't get scared that the 183 is going to become this OP monster of a tank. It really shouldn't be that much better, but I think it will help the tank out some. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on buffing the 183 down below. And I would say, though, I like the look of the 183 better on this version right here. I think it looks cooler with the boxier design than the more, kind of curved, rounded design of the newer one. But there's nothing I can do about it, so I'll just have to accept that the new design is how it is going to look from now on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.